This is the Puma Ultra Ultimate. It may look the exact same as the previous iteration, but if you look closely enough, there is a big difference. Hi guys, my name's Louis Matthews, and today I'm going to give you the rundown on what's changed and whether you should cop yourself a pair. So, from first impressions, the launch colourway is stunning. It's clear to see why it's set to be the boot of choice for Puma Ultra's athletes as this year's Women's World Cup. With revamped graphics and intricate detailing, Puma takes us back to its track heritage, situating the iconic Puma form strip at the heart of the design, with an additional form strip logo featured on the instep. It's a nice touch, and I think it looks a lot better than the text used on the last iteration and really embodies Puma's legacy. If we look at the heel as well, you can see the power tape proudly presented, but personally, I'm neither for nor against it. Now moving on to where the real changes come from this boot, Puma's Ultra Weave technology. If you've copped yourself a pair of Ultras in the past, you'll likely be familiar with how this technology is used to keep you light on your feet. However, Puma has fully re-engineered their lightweight Ultra Weave upper material from this specific boot, where the same knit technology used on the match shirts of Puma teams has now been incorporated into the boot's construction for unmatched speed and agility on the pitch. I'm looking to the upper. Puma's signature power print technology is nowhere to be seen, but I feel it gives a smoother and more streamlined finish that embodies the concept of speed, and this is what the boot is all about. The upper itself is extremely thin and feels a little bit plasticky compared to the 2022 model. This is due to the TPU plastic film that has been added to the upper, but this, after time, will soften up and mould perfectly to your foot. Last but not least, Puma's power tape now sits on the upper of the Puma Ultra. You can see it here through its multicolored design and acts like a skeleton for the upper to sit on top of it. This provides a natural stability for quick multi-directional movements. When you first get the boots on, you can feel the power tape on the top of your foot, and this feeling takes a while to break in. The power tape also makes the 2023 Ultra take longer to break in, whereas the 2022 one was more of an out-of-the-box and play sensation. So when you put the boot on the scales, it weighs approximately 209 grams for a size 8 fitting, which is a 19 gram increase over the 190 grams of the previous model and an additional 37 grams heavier than the Ultra 1.4 weight. But while some may think this is a bit of a backward step, it's more to do with finding the right weight to strength ratio. But how does the upper material affect the touch of the boot? Puma has got rid of the power tape technology from the 22 Ultra, giving it a smoother finish, and they have replaced it with this grip-like texture that gives you a decent touch on the ball. The touch itself gives you a very close feeling where you can feel everything you do with the ball, as the upper is so thin, but pretty similar to what you got with the 2022 Ultra, just even more stripped back. Similar in nature to the previous models, the Ultra has this padding in the heel on either side of the Achilles, and although they have reduced the padding ever so slightly, it gives you a nice cushioned feel, and more importantly, great lockdown within the heel. But not so much that it's enough to give you blisters. For added grip, Puma has stuck with the lightweight removable insole with the nano grip technology that keeps the foot from slipping inside the boot. Pair this with a pair of grip socks and your foot will be locked down to the max. The collar is also executed differently at the front from the previous generation, where it was a more rounded, wider fitting collar on the previous. The new model now has a curved cut. I do feel like this makes the boot a little harder to put on as it's a little narrower, but also improves the feeling you get while the boots are on as it makes you feel more secure and has a better lockdown. This brings me nicely to my next point. The Ultras are regular to narrow fit, so they are perfect if you have an average or narrow foot shape, but not so much if you're a wider foot, unfortunately. The Ultras also fit true to size, so whatever you would usually wear in football boots, then we'd recommend you stick to that size. The outsole uses the same tooling as the previous generation. Puma again opting for the dual density speed plate outsole, which is inspired by Puma track running spike trainers, for what they say is the next level speed. This dual density they mention actually refers to the two different plastics they use on the outsole, with the shiny finish part being softer and the non-shine finish more firm material, combining to allow a better rebound and easier ability to push off the outsole with more energy. The snapback on the plate is crazy and just shows you how responsive the outsole is. And overall, similar to how I found the outsole on the previous iteration, I really like it. It feels like it gives you more energy output, and to be honest, it definitely rivals the likes of a Nike Mercurial or the Adidas X when it comes to the outsole. Now, on to things I think Puma could have done a little bit better. Firstly, the same as I found with the previous model is the heel flap at the back of the boot. I find it annoying. It can get caught and put unnecessary friction on the heel, and its only real purpose is to help you out of the boot. I almost just want Puma to lower it, or just get rid of it completely. Secondly, not a problem for me, but the regular to narrow fit and the slight change in the lacing system. If you have a wider foot, I would maybe avoid this model, which is a real shame as it's a really nice boot to experience. Lastly, although the weight doesn't really affect the performance of the boot too much, it's sad to see the Puma Ultra lose its DNA. When it first came out, it was its unique selling point. It was the lightest speed boot on the market. Now to see it gain almost 35 grams in weight from the 1.4 model, it's a little sad for the boot nerd in me. Well guys, let me know what you think of the new Puma Ultra Ultimate in the comments below. Thank you for watching our review. If you're interested in purchasing them, then you can find them at Lovell Soccer in both FG and SG outsoles through the link in the description below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more football related content, and I'll see you in the next video.